Hello everyone. Journey of the Magi by T.S. Eliot. We are now going to analyze the second stanza. The second stanza begins, "Then at dawn we came down to a temperate valley." He says that when it was dawn, they reached a temperate valley, a valley where the temperature was mild. Wet below the snow line. The valley was wet. It was lying below the snow line. Smelling of vegetation. They could smell of greenery, of trees and plants around. With a running stream, they could also view a stream of water running nearby, and a water mill beating the darkness. He says that they could hear the sound of a water mill which was disturbing the darkness of the night or the silence of the night. We can also picture the mill, the water mill wheel revolving and lashing the water in the half light of dawn. Then we came to a tavern. He says that in the end we came to a tavern with vine leaves over the lintel. They could see vine leaves covering the lintel, and also they could view 6 hands at an open door. The door of the tavern was open, and they could see 6 hands dicing for pieces of silver. Dicing, gambling for pieces of silver or silver coins. Feet kicking the empty wine skins. The people who were sitting inside the tavern, those who were gambling, they were also kicking the empty wine skins, the empty wine bags which they had emptied by drinking the wine. But there was no information. Now here they could not get any information about the birth of Jesus Christ. And so we continued. So they continued their journey and arrived at evening. But by the evening they arrived at a place, not a moment too soon, not very soon. They found the place for which they had undertaken such a journey. It was, you may say, satisfactory. He says that this place was very satisfactory because it was the place where Jesus was born. We thus see that the second stanza begins with a new dramatic beat. The dark night of the soul had passed, and it was now the dawn of a new day for the Magi. And this dawn was not only physical, but it was spiritual also. The Magi had now reached the fertile Judean valley. Now this stanza is also full of allusions, biblical allusions. The Magi here found the manger where Jesus was born. In this stanza, the Magi shows or narrates their arrival and also expresses their satisfaction of reaching such a place. In this second stanza, the Magi shows some relief and represents the second stage of their spiritual process. These lines also bring into question the idea of time. He mentions dawn, evening, both. At dawn, the Magi arrive seeking information about the whereabouts of the birth of Jesus Christ, and by evening they manage to get there. In between this time, that is dawn and evening, the Magi describes various things they came across. All these things are symbolically related to the future life of Christ. For example, there is much allusion from the three trees crucifixion on Calvary to the wineskins, the parable. The Magi is merely having a premonition. He does not know the significance of these things. In the end, in the last line, in brackets, he says, "You may say," satisfactory. This suggests that the Magi were not too impressed with the place of birth, or rather show a little disappointment. He means to say that the place was not so impressive. You may say that it was satisfactory. Thus, in the second stanza, we see that the narrator or the Magi arrive at Bethlehem, a place which he describes as a temperate valley. They still cannot find or are unable to find information about where they were supposed to go. And the villagers did not help them till now, but eventually they find the stable in which they were to witness the birth of Jesus. So the three Magi arrive just in time. In this stanza, we see Eliot as a nature poet. In their journey, the Magi saw a temperate valley with natural vegetation and beauty, and this lessened their tiredness. Thus, this view of nature and description provided by Eliot shows that he was a nature poet. The sounds of the stream and the sound of the watermill beating and the smell of vegetation, which were very pleasant to the Magi, is also pleasant for the readers. The white galloping horse, and when the Magi reach a tavern which is covered by vine leaves, also show Eliot as a nature poet. When the Magi reach the tavern, they do not get the cooperation of the 6 men who were busy in gambling, but still in the end they are able to reach their destination, which is not too soon. They have to still struggle to reach the place for which they had began their journey. Now, these two stanzas show that in spite of so many difficulties, the Magi continued their journey because they were impelled by a power outside themselves. And even though their reason was against undertaking such a journey, it was an intuition that was telling them to move forward and to continue their journey. And this intuition could not be overruled by the voice of their reason. Thank you.